In a world where beauty standards have long been shaped by narrow ideals and filtered images, a new wave of influencers has emerged, breaking boundaries and rewriting the narrative of fashion. Among these trailblazers is Curvy Amelia, a woman whose story is not just about modeling or taking glamorous pictures, but about transformation, resilience, and self-celebration. Her journey is the kind that pulls you in instantly because it reflects something deeply relatable: the desire to be seen, to be celebrated, and to be accepted for who you truly are. But Amelia did more than simply crave acceptance. She carved out her own space in the digital world, and in doing so, she gave countless others permission to embrace themselves as they are. Have you ever scrolled through your social media feed and wondered why the models, the influencers, and the faces of fashion so rarely looked like everyday people? For years, many have felt unseen, believing that curves or different body types made them outsiders in the world of glamour. Amelia knew that feeling. She understood the ache of invisibility, the struggle of standing in front of a mirror and wondering if the world would ever embrace bodies like hers. Yet what makes her story so powerful is how she chose to respond. Instead of waiting for validation from others, she became her own inspiration. And in doing so, she lit a path for others to follow. Amelia's love for fashion began early, shaped not by glossy magazines that often excluded women like her, but by the creativity she saw in everyday life. Growing up, she was drawn to textures, colors, and the way clothes could transform not just appearance but mood. Fashion, for her, was never about blending in. It was about expression. Even as a young woman, she found joy in experimenting with different styles, layering pieces that others might overlook, and creating outfits that carried her personality with pride. But at that stage, Amelia did not see herself as someone who could step into the world of modeling. The industry seemed locked, guarded by a gatekeeping mentality that celebrated thinness and perfection. The turning point came when Amelia discovered the power of Instagram. What started as a platform for sharing photos became, for her, an open runway, a stage where she could showcase her creativity without asking anyone's permission. She began uploading photos, at first casually, with outfits she loved. There was no professional team behind her, no polished production. Just Amelia, her camera, and her natural confidence. To her surprise, people began responding. Followers praised her boldness, her radiant smile, and most importantly, her ability to make fashion accessible. Many of her early supporters were women who confessed that they had never seen someone with their body type styled so beautifully. In Amelia, they saw themselves, but elevated, unapologetic, and celebrated. It was not an overnight success story. Amelia had to work tirelessly to create content, engage with her growing audience, and stay consistent even when doubts crept in. Like many influencers, she battled moments of uncertainty, questioning whether her voice mattered in a crowded digital world. Yet every message of gratitude from her followers fueled her determination. She began to realize that her journey was bigger than herself. By showing up authentically, she was slowly shifting the culture of online fashion. As her page gained traction, brands began to notice. Inclusive fashion labels, eager to represent real diversity, reached out to Amelia for collaborations. She modeled dresses, swimwear, and streetwear, always maintaining the essence that made her unique. Unlike traditional models, who often seemed distant, Amelia remained approachable. She shared stories of her day, the challenges she faced, and the triumphs she celebrated. This combination of glamour and relatability made her stand out from the polished perfection often seen on social media. She became not just a model, but a voice, an advocate, and an example of how representation matters. What sets Amelia apart is the way she connects with her audience beyond the surface level. She is not afraid to talk about body image struggles, the pressure of comparison, or the importance of mental health in an online-driven world. Her captions often carry more than style tips. They carry encouragement. She reminds her audience that confidence is not about achieving a certain size, but about embracing yourself as you are. In a digital space where insecurity is often magnified, Amelia offers her followers something rare: honesty, inspiration, and hope. Her fashion sense deserves its own spotlight. Amelia has mastered the art of balancing elegance and boldness. One day she might post a sleek, form-fitting dress that highlights her curves with confidence, and the next, she might showcase a casual, street-style look with oversized jackets and chic sneakers. Swimwear campaigns, once considered taboo for curvy models, have become one of her signature strengths. By embracing swimwear openly, she dismantles the idea that only certain body types deserve to enjoy fashion at the beach or by the pool. Every outfit she shares tells her audience, fashion is for everyone. Her influence extends far beyond style. Amelia is a beacon for body positivity, a movement that is more than just a trend. Body positivity is about reclaiming space, about demanding visibility in industries that have long ignored diversity. Amelia's presence in brand campaigns, her growing digital platform, and her collaborations prove that inclusivity is not just possible, but necessary. She stands as a living reminder that curvy women do not need to shrink themselves to fit in. Instead, they can take up space, shine brightly, and inspire change. Of course, her rise has not been without challenges. Like many influencers, Amelia has faced criticism and online negativity. Some voices have tried to dismiss her work, clinging to outdated ideals of beauty. Yet she has never let negativity define her. Instead, she transforms it into motivation, addressing the realities of online hate while reminding her followers of the importance of resilience. In a way, the criticism only amplifies her mission. It proves that the work she is doing, challenging stereotypes and pushing boundaries, is striking a nerve in a culture that desperately needs change. Her personal connection with fans is one of the strongest pillars of her influence. She takes time to respond to comments, to share her gratitude, and to uplift those who look to her for inspiration. Many of her followers describe her as a friend, someone who understands their struggles and celebrates their victories. This relationship is what turns casual viewers into loyal supporters. It is also why her impact feels so much larger than numbers on a screen. Lifestyle is another area where Amelia shines. Beyond the curated photos, she allows glimpses into her daily life, moments of joy, relaxation, and creativity. She shows that fashion is not about dressing up for special occasions alone, but about finding beauty in everyday moments. Her lifestyle content reflects balance, enjoying good food, taking time for wellness, exploring creativity, and embracing joy without guilt. For many, this lifestyle represents freedom from rigid standards and from the pressure to conform. Looking at her journey, one cannot help but wonder what the future holds for Curvy Amelia. With her growing platform and influence, opportunities continue to expand. There are whispers of larger collaborations, potential brand partnerships, and even ventures into creating her own line. What seems certain is that Amelia will continue to use her voice and her style to push for representation. She is not content to simply be part of the conversation. She wants to lead it. And perhaps that is what makes her legacy so meaningful. Amelia is not just a model or an influencer. She is a movement. Her story is about much more than beautiful clothes or stunning photos. It is about rewriting the script of fashion to include everyone. It is about standing tall, embracing identity, and refusing to be silenced. When future generations look back at this era of digital influence, Amelia's name will stand as a symbol of courage, authenticity, and transformation. As we reflect on her journey, one thing becomes clear: Curvy Amelia is proof that beauty cannot be confined to narrow standards. She embodies the idea that fashion belongs to all of us, regardless of size, shape, or background. Her courage to be herself has inspired thousands, and her story is still being written with every post she shares. If you have ever doubted your worth because of how you look, If you have ever hesitated to wear that outfit you love because of fear of judgment, Amelia's story is your reminder that confidence is a choice, not a size. Her journey challenges us to step into our own power, to celebrate our uniqueness, and to live unapologetically. And now, as we conclude this look into the life and journey of Curvy Amelia, let this not be the end of the story, but the beginning of your own. Fashion is not reserved for a select few. It is a canvas for self-expression. Amelia has shown us that with courage, creativity, and authenticity, anyone can redefine beauty. If you found inspiration in Amelia's journey, I encourage you to take a moment to support her work by following her social media, engaging with her content, and celebrating the message she represents. And if you would like to continue exploring more stories of inspiring models and influencers who are reshaping the industry, make sure to like this video, leave a comment about your favorite takeaway, and subscribe to this channel, Sweet Models World. Together, we will continue to celebrate diversity, body positivity, and the beautiful truth that fashion belongs to everyone.